Jay and Brittany Hagee are back with us this morning with Allon Planning Partners. Today's conversation is going to be about, I think, Social Security.
That's one of the topics.
And about health care, specifically once you're retired. Do I have that right?
That's exactly right, because these are some costly mistakes that we want to make sure that folks don't make. Because a lot of times, especially with the market volatility we've been feeling and things like that lately, a lot of times people just focus on their investments. And so investments have to be right. And that's great. You want to make sure you have diversification and your allocations are right for your investments. But if you make a mistake on not planning for health care well, like Medicare planning and things like this, or you take your Social Security too early or too late or don't maximize that, those can be very costly mistakes as well.
Okay, can we talk about the Social Security part of it for a little bit? Am I right or wrong that once you are, I don't know, like mid-60s, 66, 67, something like that?
That's right.
Because people are working longer.
That's right.
You can still draw your Social Security and still have no cap on how much money you
That's
earn.
right.
That's right.
So
once you hit full retirement age, which is for most people between 66 and 67. Now, if you draw it before then, you will be penalized. There is a penalty basis, and we don't have time to go into all that. But you want to make sure that you're not drawing it too early if you're still working, because you can be penalized for that.
So are there some schools of thought that will say, you know what, if I'm going to work for 4 or 5 more years, why not go ahead and take this money because I can save it and invest it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's many different approaches to that. And what we want to raise some awareness around today is not just, oh, you have to plan for Social Security, because many folks automatically assume and think through Social Security when they're thinking retirement, right? But what too many folks do is depend on Social Security too much. That's what we want to help folks realize. It
becomes their sole source of income.
If things don't change within our tax law, the fund will run out. 2033, we're looking at a significant decrease potentially to benefits. So knowing that moving forward, the system probably is going to change somehow, we cannot solely depend on that for income in retirement. We've got to look at how we create other income distribution strategies from monies that we've saved.
Okay, so none of us sitting in this room are politicians, but I will ask you if there's anything you could offer when you talk about things are going to change a little bit. 2033 is not that far away.
No, it's
so
not.
if you're 45 years old, you've paid into this, is your gut feeling that like they might not be able to draw anything, or like just like 30% less?
It's going to be less. And so right now, even if the trust fund runs out, it'll be about 25% less than the normal take home right now. I think they'll probably have to increase the age that people are getting the full retirement age benefit, things like this. So there will be some negotiation, and they will get it right and get it fixed, because Social Security is a staple to income in retirement. It just shouldn't be the only income that you're looking for, because that's the problem.
But it's a big enough staple that a lot of people could panic if they thought,
or file at the wrong time or in the wrong way.
So it's not going to totally go away,
right?
Absolutely not. But it will be decreased if there's not some supplement made.
Okay. Now the health care is the other part of it. What are you thinking on, like planning for aging?
Yes, like actually planning for longevity, for like Medicare, those types of things, for long-term care. 70% of people age 65 and older will at some point need some kind of long-term care help. So it's not a matter.
Medicare don't step in on that.
Yeah, and Medicare does not step in to cover most of that. So you've got to really look at it. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when.
Yeah,
when and how am I going to need this coverage, and being prepared
Fidelity
for that.
just did a study that said a 65-year-old healthy couple could look to spend about $315,000 in their lifetime on health care that Medicare won't cover. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
And so how are we going to make this work? Because longevity is a great thing. We get to live longer and get to enjoy our kids and our grandkids and our great-grandkids.
Right.
But at the same time, we need to make sure we can afford the health care costs. So we have to plan for it.
Only a minute left, but on the long-term care insurance, that's I could talk for a long time about that, but it is insurance. There's not like a healthcare coverage, it's insurance. But you believe, Brittany, that there are a lot of different policies out there and people should know what their options are.
That's the key. There are so many options available when it comes to healthcare planning with long-term care that people don't even realize are available to them. And that is why we love to do things like this, to educate 6 minutes is not long enough to
No.
get into the details of that, but the point is there are many more options available than just a straight
Traditional long-term care.
term type long-term care, pay it, use it or lose it type policy.
Okay, then here's where you will find them, because the consultations with them are at no cost to you.
Correct.
That's right.
They've got this great book that they'll give you to help you kind of understand their approach and learn more about your own financial investments. AllonPlanning.com is the website. 315-1441. Give them a call.